Let's chat about Prince Harry now with Katie Nicholl from the Mail on Sunday and our royal correspondent Simon Vigar. Briefly, what would you buy him for his birthday, Simon, first?
I'd buy him a party planner so he can sort these things out properly. He wouldn't end up in the trouble that he did in Vegas.
Katie?
I'd buy him a little black Labrador puppy because apparently that is what he really wants for his birthday.
OK. Well, listen, Simon, you spoke to the Prince only last week, actually. You asked him about his 30th birthday. Let's remind ourselves what he had to say to you.
Slowly starting to feel old. I think 30 is one of those first milestones when you drive through a village and you see the 30-mile-an-hour signs. It's that constant reminder going, I am actually quite old. But no, I don't feel too old. I think I'm always young at heart. So yeah, and surrounding myself with these guys and girls actually does keep me young. You've got to stay on the ball.
Nice to see him being quite laid back there, because he can be a little bit prickly when it comes to the press for obvious reasons.
Yes, I mean, what happened to Diana in 1997 overshadows everything with William and Harry and their dealings with the media. But he gave the interview in the run-up to the Invictus Games. He was much more concentrated on the Games, which have been a great success, than his birthday, which is today. But I'm sure they'll be having a few shandies.
Katie, we've seen those pictures of him partying too hard in Vegas, getting dressed up in inappropriate attire at fancy dress parties. He's grown up an awful lot, it seems, in the past couple of years.
He really has, and actually that really showed itself to me, certainly, last night when he was on that stage and I was watching him and this amazing, very charismatic, bold speech and the way he rallied everyone, and the fact that he's actually not single-handedly done this because he's had a team to stage the Invictus Games, but it was his brainchild, his idea. And you look at him now and you think, you've come on so much. Yes, there have been mishaps, there have been slip-ups, there have been fisticuffs with paparazzi along the way, but also, this is a little boy who lost his mother when he was so young, and he's had to live his entire life with the scrutiny of the limelight, and that's testing for anyone. And I think he's actually done a pretty good job, actually.
Absolutely. We've got some photos from the family album, of course. Here they are. I think looks like he's heading off to perhaps nursery.
Yeah, I think that was his first day at school, wasn't it?
Early on, but there he is on the log flume.
Yeah.
I think that's at Alton Towers with his mum and his elder brother, and the two of them in particular, always very close, perhaps closer, Simon, than you'd expect. You see William, Kate and Harry doing a lot of royal engagements together, and it seems natural.
Yeah, they are very close, and the different personalities, William more reserved and obviously the weight of history on his shoulders, but they are very close because of the lady there on the left, because of what happened to their mum. And as Katie's saying, they've had to live through that in the public spotlight. So William and Harry are really close.
Talented guy, piano player, skier, all by the age of 5, it looks like. Katie, what's he going to do next? Because, as you say, the Invictus Games has been a huge success. His army career also. So he's got to settle down, hasn't he? Well,
I think the 30th year, if he could find the woman to marry, I think that would be wonderful for him. And I think certainly seeing William and Kate marry and with another baby on the way, that's a constant reminder that Harry's also got to do that at some point. But I think we're going to see him really pick up on the army career. Of course, he stepped down as an Apache pilot earlier this year, but there is talk that he wants to become a major. I mean, he's passionate about the army. The army has given him a grounding and a foundation in his life that has given his life a direction and a purpose. And I think, to be known throughout your life as the spare, that is hard.
Well, I wonder if he seems very at ease with that, Simon. I mean, he seemed pleased when you spoke to him about next year's niece or nephew, meaning he'll fall further back in the order of succession. Is that his natural laid-back character or an inherent understanding of his role, or a bit of both?
Oh, both, absolutely. And I think he would love to settle down with Cressida or with Chelsea. The problem is now not really the paparazzi, it's social media. Everybody who's got a phone has got a camera, and that's what he complains about. He hates Twitter, because anything he goes to, any concert, anywhere, he knows people are going to be snapping him. And so it puts immense pressure on the relationship, which actually William and Kate didn't have.
Because he might find the right woman, but she might not want all that attention.
I think he's found the right woman on 2 occasions, don't you, Simon? I mean, Chelsea and Cressida, both of them, they ticked all the boxes, but they didn't want lives as royal girlfriends. And, particularly with Cressida, the constant tweeting and Instagramming wasn't for her.